Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right. He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to
one of them brown envelope mobs.
No minerals.
Minerals. Big up Johnny. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals.
Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning minerals, man.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals.
In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to
Let's have it right.
Minerals. Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? So have it right, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well in life. First and foremost, I want you all to smash to piece that like button. If you haven't smashed it, smash it right now. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure you do so. We've got notification bell, ding dong, let's have it right. So you know when we go live. And we got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description. As is Eunice Talks Football's channel is in the title. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things I never see. And salute to the no surrender mentality. And let's have it right. Win, lose or draw, blue co out. But big up to Eunice. It's lovely to have you back, my geezer. Eunice Talks Missing Persons is no longer in existence. You know what I'm saying?
Good to be back. Good to be on. Big up to the chat. Can everyone stop getting shot? I love that line. What a classic tune. But I'm good. I hope you're good. Big up to everyone as well. And yeah, nice to be back on.
Yeah, it's great to have you back, Eunice. It's been a little while, but we've got a banger to land today. Listen, big up to everyone, and we'll get straight into it. Obviously, let's have it right. I love beating Spursy. Nothing satisfies me more than beating them. I can't stand them, and I hope they remain in the gutter for existence. You know what I'm saying? And they are the biggest bottle jobs in the history of football.
Always.
Let's have it right. Never doubted my mind that we were not going to get anything from this game. I knew we were going to win. Very rarely do I go in a preview and say we're going to get 3 points, and there's no doubt in my mind. And that's what happened, you know. We got the goal. The one goal is all it needed. We kind of scraped it, really. Although we did create, in that first half, we created 3 really, really good chances. Enzo failed getting in front of he got in front of the defender, missed a sitter literally 3 yards out. You had Jackson hit the post off a rebound off Van der Ven.
Yeah, 1 minute in.
Yeah, 1 minute in. And then obviously Sancho, the elite freedom fighter that he is, he launched his 5th shot of his entire Chelsea career and forced their goalkeeper, who was very dodgy, bruv, let's have it right, to make a world-class save. And that was a top-class save. So first half, we dominated them. They didn't have a sniff. Second half, we come out with a little bit more intensity. And who's there to deliver? Cole Palmer is doing what our wingers should be doing. But unfortunately, none of our wingers are capable, got the minerals to do it. And Cole Palmer puts a ball on a plate. Enzo Fernandez, down to the shocking defending of Spursy, as usual, gets a free header and scores. And that's it. That's the moment, really, where you think we go 1-0 up. We've got them, no problem.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this, Eunice. Did you clock Enzo Fernandez's celebration?
Yeah, I saw.
He went
saw.
like that, but you could see he was going to kiss it. You could see it was in his mind to kiss that badge.
Oh no, I didn't see that. I
did.
saw from the back, like he was like doing this, and then he gave it like the pat, and he was like pointing at the end when the players started running away. He was like, and then he turned away. But then again, look, when it comes to Enzo and that, I don't really I don't pay notice because he done that to Benfica. Next day, he was flying off to Chelsea.
Yeah,
so I don't really, to be honest, nowadays, any player, unless if they're a certified club legend, I don't really look into that too much. It doesn't mean a thing for me.
No. But I thought I'd point out to all the Enzo sexuals, because why is he not kissing the badge? You're the captain in this London derby, ultimately the biggest London derby. You scored a goal when it's 0-0, and you've scored that goal. For me personally, when's a better time to kiss the badge, bruv? If you love this club and you're leading this club, that's my mentality.
Not true.
I know if it's Reece James, he would be.
This is the thing. Now, Reece James has a vested interest in terms of like he's got a deep connection with the club since he was a boy. So I expect him to have some sort of love for the club. You can't tell me Enzo loves Chelsea. There's no chance. No, similarly to a lot of the other players, I don't even think Cole Palmer loves Chelsea. I mean, these guys just showed up. They're new, pretty much, at least 2-3 seasons. You're not going to love something 2-3 seasons in. You got to give it, a real amount of time before you redevelop an affiliation, a connection, the fans. There's a bond that comes with time. So whenever you see someone really quickly that's just the modern footballer way of trying to get in connection with the fans, and that's it.
Yeah, it's a PR stunt, because Enzo changed his agent back in the last year because he wanted to get out. Oh, can everybody just stop getting shot? You didn't know that, did you? Well, now you do. Been saying it for a long time. There's no loyalty.
No,
there's no loyalty.
That era of loyalty is gone.
Yeah, the only ones that are loyal: Reece James, Trev Chalobah. And I want to talk about Trev, because Trev yesterday, I mean, he was close to man of the match with Caicedo for me. Enzo got man of the match because he scored the goal, but for me, he didn't play very well. For me, Caicedo was the glue in the team, and Trev at the back, and also the way he defended Colwill, the way he got stuck in. He knows what it means to play for Chelsea. He's got that Chelsea mentality. He plays for the badge. He loves his club. There's not enough of that in this team. And recognizing the magnitude of this game, you have to. If you don't realize by now, I mean, we've done the double on them last year. If you don't realize by now, then you never will. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that stems from what's above. That's all gone. So all that's left is the fan base that give that. You know what I'm saying? And it was class. Like, the atmosphere at Spurs games against Spurs will always be like that. It's like that every Spurs game. So for me, like, you should be seeing that every game, but it doesn't warrant it every game because of the performances and the way we are.
This is the thing. And this isn't just exclusive to Chelsea. When I see Chelsea fans going on about the fan atmosphere and all of that, mate, we're not Borussia Dortmund. We're not Germans. We're not Spanish. We're not French. We're not like, it's a very Premier League thing. Even the lower divisions, yeah, you might get a little bit more raucousness, but you're not going to get it jumping up and down for 90 minutes like you do in European games. That's just not the English nature. That's just not. But if you give something for the fans to react to, they'll react. And yesterday was Chelsea versus Spurs. That was what got the reaction out, because of the history of that tie, because of the rivalry. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, don't expect to see that week in, week out. But unless if the team are giving fans what to, and some people would say it should be the other way around, but I'll argue that. When the team's giving the fans something to react to, like I saw a clip a couple of days ago. Michael Essien.
What,
Yeah,
that goal
Michael
against
Essien
Everton?
roasting it against Bolton at home, I think it was.
Okay, yeah.
Mate, the stadium went nuts. Do you remember when the bridge used to like just
Yeah,
it
yeah.
used to be it used to like different level of atmosphere, like different levels of volume, not atmosphere, volume. Like when it's loud, it's loud. Essien hit it. I remember you just see the entire stadium's just like an earthquake. I'm like, yeah, you're not seeing that again. Because that's what modern football has done in England, at least. You go to other countries and it's still loud. The European countries, it's still loud, but even there, it's not as loud as it used to be. Go back 10, 15 years and then compare. It's not the same. It's not the same. But for them, it's a culture. It's embedded, and it's been embedded in the culture for years. You go back to the 70s and the 80s and all of that. You look at English ties. Everyone used to be really calm, sat down, but when it used to kick off, but on a way that we know it. But you look at the Europeans, yeah, they jump up and down, they're going crazy, and they could be losing 5-0, they don't stop singing. That's just a culture. So don't expect the same thing to happen in England, especially now with modern football. That's just not how it's ever been.
Well, it's not going to get any better if Todd
and at
Bowley
Chelsea,
carries
yeah,
on.
exactly, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got to remember this as well. The Premier League has been commercialized, completely commercialized. Other leagues haven't hit the same amount of commercialization as the Premier League has. That's something to pay attention to as well. So when you're looking at who's attending the stadiums now, it's changed. It's changed much more than other countries have. So
Yeah.
It's not an exclusive Chelsea thing. It's an English. It's a Premier League thing.
Yeah,
Premier League.
It's literally across the board now.
Yeah.
It's slowly but surely, well, it's going to be dead and buried. That culture, the community, it's all getting shot to pieces.
Yeah.
And we know why. We all know why. But people don't want to wake up. They're still eyes wide shut, merchants. But in terms of the game, Eunice, one of the worst London derbies. I mean, such a poor quality level of game. Spurs, worst Spurs team. Absolutely toothless. Literally, it's like they've had all their teeth out. I've had my wisdom out. They've had the whole lot out. You know what I'm saying? And they can't afford, because Levy won't bankroll it, for them to go to Turkey like old Kloppy and get a veneer set. So, you know, I just look at it and think, a standard win, never in doubt. And they did have a couple chances, but ultimately, we controlled majority of the game. And I just, you know, Cole Palmer, right, I was told could be out for the season, and he's apparently still in pain. They've rushed him back, probably had a load of injections. He doesn't look right. I don't know if you noticed it, but didn't take any shots. Normally in positions he's in, he takes those shots. He didn't. And it was all about just passing and being careful. That's how I felt with Cole yesterday. I didn't feel like he's like at the races. Do you know what I mean? And it's not about the fact that he's got his first assist in what, 4 months or something?
4 months.
4 months, his first assist. It's not that. It's just the way he was on the pitch. You know, when we were countering them, normally Cole is deadly. He was like apprehensive for me.
You could see him drive. He was driving with the ball. There was a couple of opportunities where he was trying to like dribble in between 2 or 3. He managed to get the shot off. He never worked the keeper though.
No.
And then he provided that assist, which was clever. It seems like with Cole, he's being, he's managing in spaces that he can manage in, and he's being a little less physical.
Yeah.
And he's made it work. Yesterday he made it work. As I said, brilliant assist. But yeah, time will tell. Next few games will tell us what's really up, if he's gonna get better or if he's not. Because yesterday you can't even use the argument of he was marked out the game. No one was marked out the game.
No.
Tottenham marked themselves, as far as I'm concerned. They just abysmal. So you can't use that. There was space. And this is why I said he did drive with the ball a couple of times, but yeah, it wasn't the same sort of impact. But he did get the assist, so fair play.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens Brentford onwards. Get a better idea.
Yeah. Definite red card for me, the SARS challenge on Casado.
Mate.
How's that not a red? And how did the ref take 6 minutes, bruv?
That's a joke. The whole VAR thing is turned into a farce, man, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like I said on my review, correct decisions. They were correct in there, but they took way too long. And well, the red card wasn't given. That was the only wrong decision. But taken way too long. You could see Levi Colwell and Cucurella's reaction behind the referee. It took one replay for them to react. It's like, ref, what are you watching? Why do you need to see 10 replays? It was clear. You can see it straight away. I don't know. So it's not even we've said this time and time again. It's not necessarily the technology. It's the use of it by these incompetent idiots. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple as that. So it's a waste of time. It kills the whole game, kills the momentum. It done just that, and then you get 12 minutes added on. It's like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was never 12 minutes, but they pulled that out. Also, the one thing that never sat right with me yesterday, and I made it clear, we had Tommy T in the stands. You could see how much he loves Chelsea, how much he loves to be at Chelsea and watch Chelsea. He should be in our dugout, but obviously Wrong'uns want to sponsor what we've got going on at our football club. And
don't worry, we might get a World Cup because of it, at least.
Yeah. Might do. But
we better.
Yeah, imagine. I mean, I can see it. I can see TT.
I think we will.
Yeah. Oh, Euros.
Amazing what a good manager can do, isn't it? To give you that belief straight away.
Yeah, instant belief. But someone explained to me how you drop your captain, your one of your own, Reece James, who had a worldie for England, won man of the match, scored a peach of a free kick, played as right centre back and right back. Versatile. Tuchel says Reece, I only see him as a right back or right centre back. Yeah, full back. Enzo Fernandez says I only see him in midfield, but we want to protect him in midfield. It's less likely he gets injured, which is about, well, can we get the money, the pound note for him in the summer because he's on 250 grand a week. I'm just laying it like that. But the reality is, how can you justify benching Reece James when he's played in England? He hasn't even travelled. Yeah. And he's performed. And he's fit. And you don't play him against Spurs because you say, oh, they deem Brentford as a much more difficult and harder game. Like, what are we doing here? Like,
yeah. I think
for me, I just think, what's the fucking point? Reece wants to be playing in these games. And I think if Reece played Eunice in that first half, we would have fucking scored at least a goal, bruv. Easy.
I think so. Yeah, I think so. What baffled me, I mean, it's a huge risk. And thankfully for Maresca, he's gotten away with it because we got the win and his minutes were managed. But you don't know that in advance. And for a game like Chelsea-Tottenham, your club captain needs to be on the pitch. I saw the lineup and I thought, what the hell is James doing on the bench? And thankfully Tottenham didn't do anything. But if they had something about them, or if we were playing better opposition or better Tottenham, the Tottenham that we're normally kind of used to when they come to the bridge, who are really up for it, right? And they actually try and do something. And even then, they had moments. But you expect your club captain, one of your best, to be on the pitch. That's just a necessity. And like I said, Maresca got away with it because we got the win. Yeah. And his minutes were managed. And cool, okay, well, now he's playing against Brentford. Okay, but I don't see a reason why he didn't need to play. I mean, as you said, he played for England. He didn't play the first game up until minute 85. Tommy T brought him on. And then the second game, he started. And then he scored and we saw what happened. He got man of the match. Then he comes back to Chelsea. Well, he's fit. He's good to go. All these games are important. That's it. We're in the final running.
This was in the running. This is like the most important game right now because you're going game by game, right? So why would you take the risk? Why?
Yeah. Why would you take that risk at that time? And like I said, some people will argue now in hindsight, oh, it worked. Okay, cool. But you don't know that in advance. Way too big of a risk to take. It just, I don't know. Anyway, we'll see now, because we've gotten away with it. We'll see what happens now. Brentford, all these games that are coming up, and Conference League included, they're all quite close to each other. 3 days per game, basically now for the next 5. Yesterday was the 6th. And then we got that final run in with the last 4 games of the league, which is just going to be horrible. Newcastle, Liverpool, United, and Forest. I mean, we'll see. Time will tell.
Well, this is it. I think Enzo Fernandez and the ownership got to be in their bonnet, because Reece was asked about who's the best manager that's managed him. He said Thomas Tuchel. Well, he's not going to say Enzo Fernandez, is he? And then they delete the ITV clip.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Chelsea have to come out and go, oh, it's not because of us that they do. Shut up. Jog on. Yeah. It muds the ownership. It muds their manager. And it shows you the levels in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for me, is Reece getting punished for that? Is he getting punished? Because this is the first game back after international break. And then you get the PR from Reece before the game. Oh, he's really, really great ideas and he's a great manager and working with it and all this nonsense. Like, Reece don't believe that. No chance. Everyone's seen the clip of Eden Hazard while Reece is getting his hair cut.
Yeah.
Right? Did he look like he was like ecstatic about Enzo Maresca? No.
You could see a difference in the demeanor when he was talking in that ITV interview with England and the interview with, was it Sky at Cobham for Chelsea?
Yeah.
It was Sky.
Yeah.
But you could see, the difference in demeanor, just in his tone of voice. His England interview was really bright. And his Chelsea interview, I mean, it sounded like an answering machine.
Yeah. Lethargic.
I could personally, I noticed immediately. I was like, is he all right? Is he ill or something? Is he just really like, all right? Then again, we know Reece James has always been that sort of quiet lad, but you could tell the difference night and day between the two.
Yeah. And what's funny, he was asked about him playing in midfield. He goes, "Well, I did." Then the interviewer goes, "Oh, you played in midfield, haven't you?" He goes, "Yeah, when I was in the under 11s, up to under 15s." But and then he says a lot of players, they play in certain positions when they're in youth, but they don't end up in those positions.
Which is true. Which is true.
Yeah.
But look, for me personally, that's not a valid enough excuse to try and play that player in that position that he used to play in back, as you said, in the under 11s or something. Because in that case, all right, imagine if we had JT, Didier, all them lot, we stuck JT up front. Because he used to do it as a kid. He did. JT used to be a striker when he was growing up. But could you imagine if that was actually done? We'd be like, what the hell's going on? Why is JT up top?
Yeah.
You know, Didier used to be a defender. Well, imagine, he'd probably, I'm not going to lie, Didier would probably pull off quite a decent game in defence.
Yeah, but he does. He used to clear a lot for us.
He just wouldn't do it. Now, Reece James is only playing in midfield just to not allow, well, personally, I don't feel like Chelsea want to run the risk of even him remotely aggravating his hamstring just in the slightest, right? Because that causes all sorts of problems. All sorts. And whether you look at him as a player personally, or you look at in terms of going into next season, or you look in terms of the summer window, if something were to pop up, it just eliminates all risk by him not having to do extreme mileage on those flanks. Whereas if you're in midfield, don't get me wrong, playing in midfield is still not easy. No. This is something I have to say. People have it in their heads that in midfield there's no running. Like, there's the most running going on in centre mid. Go and look at the mileage that players cover and tell me which position covers the most mileage. And you'll see it's the DM role. It's not the winger. It's the DM. They're the ones that are covering 13, 14 kilometers per game. You'll find the wingers are covering maybe 11 or 12. Because them lot are just going bomb up and down. And that's it. And then they'll relax. In midfield, you're the engine. Ball comes to you. You're constantly moving. left-hand side of the pitch, right-hand side of the pitch. You're moving up. You're dropping deep. You're helping in defense. You're driving the ball. There's constant running. You're an engine. So this notion that, oh, you're just fine playing in midfield, there isn't sprinting happening from midfield, and that's probably why Chelsea are looking and going, that's probably going to be the best thing to help not aggravate his hamstring. If you're not sprinting, chances are your hamstring might make it through. It'll be all right.
But for England, he was going up and down when he needed to go up and down, and he was threatening. And the thing is, when Enzo Fernandez started with us at the start of the season, where was Reece playing? Because he wasn't playing in midfield. So if he's only seen him as a midfielder, keep him in midfield. Yeah. But now you haven't got Lavia, because Lavia's built out of fucking cheese strings.
This is where I was going. This is where I was going, because this should have been addressed in the January window when everyone was raving about it and we all knew what we had to do, but we didn't do it. At the bare minimum, bring Santos back. But we didn't. Why? Because we want him to keep playing his minutes and we want him to keep his value up, and we'll see what happens in the summer. People are already convinced that he's coming back into the Chelsea team and whatnot. I'll be like, okay, we'll see what happens. If a team were to come in for him or whatnot, we'll see what's going to happen. Because you never know with these lot. It's the same notion now that Petrovic is coming back, right? And then a couple of days ago, we hear, either Petrovic or Sanchez will be sold. Okay, well, who do you think is getting sold? Who do you think is going to have interest? It's Petrovic, not going to be Sanchez.
Very long.
It's not. This is the thing. People will figure it out once it's too late. Anyway, with Lavia now out, again, that's just gone so left. We've seen Fofana. Now it's a joke. Reece James, technically now, is pretty much the only other midfield option you can turn to, of someone who's actually even remotely played there, even if it was years ago. That's it. It's papering over a crack. That's all.
Why isn't everyone, instead of using remedy and rugby doctors and this that, why isn't every player that's injury prone getting sent to Dubai to see a specialist like Cole Palmer? Why is it only Cole Palmer? Yeah. If
people need referrals, I'll find them. I'm here.
Yeah, bro.
Like, I'll go knock on those doors. You know, can you not try and are you not available to see some Chelsea players? They'll all be like, yeah, no problem. Just pay the money.
Medicals now. That's what he does.
He just talks medicals, man. I'll get that. Oh, yeah, I'll help the boys out.
You sort them out, bruv. You'll give them the right rehabilitation program to reinstill their minerals, bruv. But Lavia, Fofana, injury prone when they bought. Yeah.
That's another one quickly, yeah. We brought in Matissa Mugu.
Yeah.
He's a DM.
Yeah.
Why is he not played?
I don't know who he is.
Why has he not played? Look, we brought him in January. We kept him with the squad. We didn't send him on loan. He's there, but we've not played him.
But who is he? How good is he?
But he shouldn't have arrived in the first place. But this is Chelsea Football Club now. This is what we do.
Yeah, we're just stockpiling on young.
That's it. You know?
Well, someone explain why we got to sell 12 players to buy a striker.
I know. But it was okay going and getting 2 lads from Sporting Lisbon.
For 72 million or whatever.
That was a piece of cake.
Yeah. So Matt Law goes about Osimhen. Osimhen ain't coming. He ain't coming to Chelsea. Gyökeres ain't coming to Chelsea because Ornstein's laid out that Arsenal are really pushing for him because they got their new sporting director. So that one's out the pan. So what are you left with? Sesko?
Who's got their new sporting director, sorry?
Arsenal.
Oh, yeah. Berta. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, let's have it right. Beating Spurs is no benchmark. It's no standards. It doesn't mean anything.
Especially yesterday. No, especially
in yesterday's game.
Especially yesterday.
Mate, we couldn't be, if you want to put benchmarks on opposition, then do it with Man City, do it with Arsenal, do it with Liverpool, do it with the teams that are actually up there.
Yeah.
Don't do it with the teams that are beneath you. No. And even the teams that are beneath us, like Fulham's,
exactly,
and Ipswich, we've still lost to them. Brighton. So there's no benchmark. It's a game that we all expect to win. So everyone doing all this toxic positivity, it's great. It's a buzz to beat Spurs. I celebrate that. Of course, I celebrate it. But it doesn't change the reality of how we are playing, the team. Like Colwell comes out after the game. Oh, it's the fans, the way they do. I don't want to hear all this PR about, oh, the fans gave us the extra lift and all. It's all waffle, bruv. It's like, why can't you be like that every single game? But that performance level was shocking anyway. It was a poor performance level.
Yeah, it was.
To only beat them 1-0 at home.
And that Tottenham.
Yeah,
like I said, if this was a Tottenham of the past, right, I'd be like, okay, fair enough. You know, because Tottenham in the past would have been at how we're operating now this season. That used to just be their norm. They're always like 5th, 6th, 7th around there, cool, you know, decent in some areas, but they're in the bin. Like, this Spurs team are so far in the bin. It's so evident. I mean, yesterday you could see it. Their players and their gaffer. It was.
Oh, the gaffer was doing that when Sar scored. He was doing that to his own fans.
And he tried to clarify after the game. Obviously, he's gonna saying that he was waiting just for the fans to give a reaction because it was a good goal.
That's mad.
I'm like, no, it wasn't. I mean, the goal was a good goal. Well, it wasn't. It was Sanchez, but you get the gist. You don't turn to your fans demanding a celebration from them. Come on, it's a goal, and they did celebrate. Did you not hear the roar? I heard the roar.
Yeah,
they scored. Yeah, it kicked off in their end. What are you doing this for? Now that was you see, yeah. We scored. What are you saying now? And then they got disallowed.
What if, right? What if Sar's goal counted?
I thought that.
What if Son scored in the last 3 minutes?
I was expecting him to.
Then what are you saying? Because at 1-0 and the way we played against the worst Spurs team in the worst form, no mentality, the gaffer's under fire. If they'd equalised, what would everyone be saying?
They would have been saying it's a disgrace.
Right. And it is, rightly so, it's a disgrace. But to me, the performance was a disgrace, even though we won. Because if we play like that against Brentford, they'll beat us. They've got the best home record, Brentford.
No. You're thinking you're thinking elsewhere. Brentford's home record's been atrocious. I processed. Yeah, they haven't won at home in the last 9 games.
So I thought their away record was shocking.
No, it's the flip. Their away record's really good.
Oh, so their away record's good, but their home form's
their home record's crap. Really bad.
Right, so if we don't beat them, then I mean, what are we doing then?
Yeah, no, their home record's poor.
And that's going to be the hard game.
Last time they won at home was November or December, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
But then again, that doesn't mean anything because Ipswich haven't won a home game in 22 years in the Premier League, and they beat us. That for me was, if you don't turn after that, I mean, fuck me. Or getting battered back to back by Brighton.
Yeah.
You know.
This is the thing.
So many
these little things.
Everyone forget these little things. Yeah.
Because.
And they forget the Arsenal. Losing to that Arsenal team with no attack and
why did we lose?
Midfielder, striker.
Yeah. Why did we lose? Because they were poor, but we were crap. We were beyond poor. And it's the same situation yesterday. We were average, but Tottenham were pants. We got to win.
Yeah.
But you play someone halfway decent and you put on the same level of performance. The same people that will be going crazy after yesterday's game will be the same ones to go, oh my God, what's happened? Well, you know what's happened. Let's not pretend. Mate, we're still not setting the levels. It's as simple as that. We're not. No. We're not. And this running now, as I said, the last 4 games are dangerous, which is why, like before that, we need to build a cushion. There has to be wins.
Listen, we might beat Brentford. Ipswich, I don't doubt. I mean, they won, didn't they? Win at the
Ipswich beat.
Who did they beat? They beat
was it Bournemouth?
Bournemouth, yeah. They beat Bournemouth away.
Yeah, at Bournemouth. Yeah, 2-1. Yeah.
That's a bit of a shocker.
2-1.
Because Bournemouth are in a decent run of form.
No, Bournemouth lately have been pants as well. They've dropped off. I think they're 10th now. They were higher up. Their last few games, they've lost, drew, lost, won. Yeah, they won in Feb against Southampton.
This is what I'm saying. Like, teams that were up there
are dropping.
And it's like...
Except Forest.
Yeah, Forest are really up there. But I don't really expect them to fall off. I think now that it was that result against, was it City? They beat City 1-0.
Yeah.
That was a big result. Big result. Because City's got it in them. Like, they steamrolled Leicester. They'll go on a little run. They'll get Champions League football.
Yeah, City will.
And I think they'll play better without Haaland as well. I think they'll play a more fluid style of football. Haaland takes that away from them, I feel. So I think that it'll be better for that Mamouche and all these types of players like Grealish's and the players they've got. So, listen, you can only beat what's in front of you. So Ipswich, I expect a win. I expect to win against Brentford.
We've got Everton and Fulham as well.
Everton, I think we can beat at home. Like, going by track record, there could be a draw there. Who was the other one? Fulham, we should beat. Is that away? Yeah, it's away because they beat us at home. They beat us. That's the first time they beat us at the Bridge for 45 years.
It was, yeah.
And then we've got Liverpool at home, isn't it? Is it Liverpool at home? Then we've got Newcastle away. Then we've got United at home. And then we've got Forest away. Yeah, that's a filthy running.
It's horrible. We've got the worst out of all the teams that we're competing with.
Yeah, and we're not playing at a good level.
And the problem is all the other teams are playing each other as well. So it means someone's going up. Even though someone might drop, someone's going up. Someone's got to take advantage. So yeah, and we've got to play similar teams too. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be. But this is why I say those games we've mentioned have to win.
Yeah.
And will we? I don't think we'll win every game.
I can't predict.
No way.
Honestly, I can't predict it.
And then Chelsea will go on a run of 4 wins in a row. I don't see it happening. I reckon a couple of draws are definitely happening in the midst of that. With the Conference League that we're playing as well, and we're not exactly going to be resting or dropping players or anything like that. I think it's going to be pretty intense. Yeah.
I'm not too. Listen, it is what it is. Like, I'm at that stage now where whatever. I don't expect anything.
No.
This team is too inconsistent, and it's too over reliant on Cole Palmer again.
Yeah. And I feel like there's also a sense of this is what I don't like. You know when there's something to genuinely be optimistic about because you can see it. That's one thing. That's how we used to operate. Whereas now, there's a lot of people that will, like off of yesterday's win, that will begin to get seriously optimistic just based out of hope. That's not real. And that's dangerous. Because now you're giving yourself an illusion. And I feel like that's how we operate as a team. It's like, again, after the game yesterday, and Maresca, if you pay attention, didn't get involved this time. Right? At full time. the whole bench, the whole coaching staff were going crazy, like they just won the league title. If you saw, like they were literally all like hugging, jumping, smiling, laughing. They were going crazy, literally bouncing. They were literally like,
Yeah.
And Maresca didn't. He diverted and he went and gave. I forgot. He shook Andrew's hand. Then he went like up the stairs, like in the dugout, and he shook like 2 other people's hands. But he didn't get himself involved. And we know that's been a little bit of a public criticism in terms of getting too carried away. We've spoken about that too. But where is that mentality jumping up and down? Okay, a win's a win, but you see, it's given that illusion. Like, well, we're hitting levels. What are you jumping up and down for? Yeah, be happy we beat Spurs, cool. But to over-exaggerate it gives the false illusion of things are better than what they actually are.
What game was it?
When we drop points, people all of a sudden are surprised. No,
Yeah.
why are you surprised?
What was the game where he was fist pumping? Was it Southampton? Was it a Southampton game? There was one game where we were playing an absolute shocking team, bruv. Who was it? Leicester. Was it Leicester? And he was fist pumping, going nuts like he won the title.
Oh, was it Southampton?
It might have been Southampton. All right. And it's
I think it was Southampton.
If there's any game to do that, it's like against Spurs.
Yeah.
Because you know what it means, right? And he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what are we doing here? No, it was Leicester, bruv, because that was his old team. So he was fist pumping against Leicester. I remember it was Leicester.
Oh, was it Leicester?
Yeah.
Was it both?
No, it was Leicester.
Oh, it was Leicester.
I think it was Leicester.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's a difference. When you're hold that thought real quick. When you're playing Spurs, there is that element of getting, and you can show that. But there's a way of showing it. Like a fist pump or things like that. It sends that message that, yeah, we got it stuck into them. Cool. But celebrating the way they were celebrating, mate, that makes everything look like a super, super, super big deal. When technically we beat a crap Spurs. And it's Spurs. We normally have their number anyway. This should be the norm. It should be get in. Cool. Stuck it into Spurs. Move on. Because if you beat Liverpool, jump up and down. Go nuts. Go nuts. Because that's a result. If you beat Arsenal in that way, or if you beat those sort of teams, yeah, cool. That's a statement. Fair enough. Yesterday wasn't a statement.
No. Because they're sitting 16th now, aren't they?
Is it 16th or are they still 14th?
14th or 16th. Listen.
14th.
Right.
14th tied with 15th and 16th. Yeah,
right.
they're
so
all level.
They're level. This is the thing, right? We haven't beat any of the top teams.
No, we haven't.
The whole season, we haven't beat any of the top teams.
None.
So what are we measuring progress on? Because the state of the Premier League and the levels in the Premier League and the fall off of a lot of the clubs in the Premier League is why we are where we are, which makes us look better than what we actually are.
Yeah.
And that's the scary thing of this false hope of buying into something. Like,
exactly.
Trust me, there's no other way of looking at it, bruv. And the PR's been a joke. Like, you've heard Fabrizio come out about Enzo Fernandez. Oh, there's no talk of him leaving this and that and whatnot because he scored the goal. It's always a timing of the PR. It's just a joke. It's embarrassing. And you all reveal yourselves how much brown envelopes you are. Because we didn't hear long ago that Enzo's about Atletico Madrid or if Real Madrid come in because they're interested in him. We didn't hear any of this. No, Enzo's definitely staying. He's not going anywhere and this and that. When it was like that talk, now we've won against Spurs, you're flipping the script. But I guarantee you, if a Real Madrid or an Atletico Madrid come in for Enzo, he's going to go. He's going to want to go. That's why he didn't kiss the badge. So
yeah, wouldn't be. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. And the fact that we've not beaten a top team,
rubbish.
Do you remember, like, when not just top 6, just top 4, and we used to beat every team home and away? even if we were like lacking that season or it was a little bit off it, we were maybe third, fourth. It wasn't going for the title, but all the top games, win, might draw, win, sorted. We always had the best record against the top teams between the top teams. So us, Arsenal, United, City, Liverpool, like we always used to have the best team, the best results against all of those lot compared to them lot against everyone. Those are gone, man.
We would raise the levels, even though we weren't at a top level. Like we're always at a level, but we'd raise the levels for the occasion, for the game, the magnitude of the game, right?
It's like the season we were the little horse.
Yeah.
But we beat Liverpool home and away, and we beat City home and away.
Yeah.
And then Jose afterwards came out and said, "Look, whoever wins the title, we beat them home and away." Yeah. So see you next season. Standard. Oh, but don't get me started.
It's true. It is true.
Fuck you.
We
were so sick. We
had levels, bruv. We had standards. We have elite players, bruv. And you know what it is? I look at all these players, and a lot of it, most of them are unlikable. I don't have any connection with them. I know that they're not going to be loyal to us because they're going to get their next move. I don't even like this manager no more. He's a fucking sellout. He's a yes man. We got beaten by the under 21s and under 16s combined, saying, "Oh, it's only a short little game," when they were saying it's a 50-minute game when it was actually an 80-minute game. You got beaten 3-0, all right? And there's first team players that were still in the squad, and you were managing that game, all right? And then you go after and say, "Oh, we look like we're much better now. We look like we've progressed and we've developed, and we're a better team now," and all this shit. And yet you only just go and beat Spurs 1-0 after a performance like that. You lost to Arsenal, and the whole period we've had since December has been absolutely shambolic. Yeah. And you're trying to glorify that we're building, we're a better team now. I think we're worse
than we were 2 months ago. Or
we're worse.
You high.
It's fucking, and then I look at the players walking out, and on the back of their shirts they've got CFC LDN. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? All right, and then they got the banner at the top above the shed, CFC LDN. This whole promotion and gimmick of fuck off, right? It's Chelsea. It's Chelsea.
It's a rebranding.
Rebranding us.
It's a rebranding. It's marketing.
Rebranding. Looks a fucking joke. It's embarrassing. Yeah. And this is the shit that winds me up, because I feel like Colwell wants to come out about the supporters, but let's have it right. Let's ask Meatloaf Tout Bowley why our atmosphere is shit. Because of Vivid Seats, because of the infiltration of supporters that are paying astronomical prices, that ain't going to chant, that ain't going to scream and shout. They're just there to film a game and get their iPads and iPhones out and this and that, and have conversations about how their day was. Yeah. You know, that's why the atmosphere is like that. And also the quality of football and the standard of football. And a lot of people are checking out because of it.
Yep.
So it's like everything that's going on around this football club is an outright disgrace, mate. Yeah. Anyone accepting this shit, honestly, I can't, bruv. I can't. When I see stuff like that branding shit, it winds me up, Eunice, bruv.
It does.
They're trying to change everything at our football club.
Yeah.
They're changing everything.
They're trying to build their own image on things. You know? They're trying to shift it into what they want the image to look like. They want the club to look like. And there's incentives and there's motivations behind it, for sure.
Yeah. 100%. We never spoke, but Chelsea Supporters Trust have reported Bowley and Vivid Seats to the Premier League. So respect to them, because the tout himself ain't responding. Obviously, he wants to monopolise
3 times.
Three times.
They asked for an answer. He didn't get.
Yeah. So
what does that tell you? Just Chelsea support, the official Chelsea supporters group, right? The Chelsea supporters trust. It's the number one fan group that exists, representing the fans, and the owner has not, or part owner, has not responded on 3 occasions. It's not exactly like, he missed a call. Mate, he's missed 3. That's intentional. So what does that tell you? And there's people that want to go at Clearlake and then they want to protect Todd Bowley. I'm like, yeah, go at Clearlake. I think that's correct. But don't make it look like this guy's a saint.
Yeah.
Look,
No, he ain't.
Three times he doesn't even have the courtesy to respond.
He's had 2 presentations and he never addressed it.
And he never.
Oh, it's really, the Premier League's so competitive. We're shocked at how competitive it is, and yet, we're really happy to be in a competitive league. But you're not building us to be competitive. You're building us for a financial fucking project, all right? And then, listen, it's crystal clear. Bowley's agenda is on sport as a whole. So he's here to kill football. All right, in my eyes, he's killing football because Vivid Seats goes across every club team in the Premier League. All right, and they're all suffering from that. And look at Man City now with the clubs actually publicly said we're joining partnership with a fucking ticketing platform. I think there's 9 ticketing platforms that associate with the club because they want to generate revenue, right? Whether that's driven because of the 115 charges, and then you got Egbali, Feliciano, and Clearlake, who are killing Chelsea because it's their debt that they took upon using Chelsea, the 1.2 billion on double-digit interest rates. That is dictating the model that's implemented, which is the Brighton model, because it's the only model that can generate the most profit.
Yeah.
So then you're restricted in where you go in the market, what level of quality you buy in the market, and you're not looking for that level of quality because you want to make that level of quality by buying it at the cheaper rate before they're advertised at Chelsea or another multi-club to then increase their value to sell them after. So there's no project to buy into. So that's not a project to compete at the highest level. That's a project to generate money and massive return. So Bowley and Egbali and Clearlake, they're locked in like that. However, Matt Law said the Civil War is not footballing based. It's branding, sporting based, because Bowley wants that sports arena. He wants
a stadium.
He wants a stadium. He wants the capacity. He wants the partnership with Vivid Seats. He wants his
halftime shows. He wants like the whole entertainment thing,
concerts, NFL games,
the non-sporting events.
events. I've heard swimming and all sorts, bruv. Cricket, a lot.
Tottenham
right?
On steroids, basically.
Yeah, Tottenham on steroids, bruv. Because these wrongers were saying Bowley's Roman on steroids. Yeah, to have it right. These lot, they want to literally, with Mark Waters, by the way, who's a part of the consortium, who owns the Hockey League in America. They're together. He came out and told you all that he wants to create the heart and let it beat and everything ripples off it.
Yeah.
He wants to create the headquarters, the beachhead, to change the fabric and pyramid of football. When he first joined our club, he's talking about the pyramid, North and South series games and all this waffle and generating 200 million. Oh, what would I rather have? Shares in NFL or shares in Netflix? I would rather have shares in NFL. And funny enough, it came out that private equity investment can only be up to a very small percentage in NFL and NBA. There's a limit. But in Premier League, there's no limit. We can own solely by private equity. For a reason, because of what they want to generate. What they want to increase the ceiling, bruv. They want to knock down the ceiling where it's hit a limit, and they want to extend and go as high as they possibly can. And this is why there's a conflict with Egbali, because Egbali don't really give a shit. Either way, he's thinking about paying off the debt and implementing this model and keeping all his yes man structure and the layer cake all aligned to get them to that goal for 10 years to sell the club. Bowley's thinking about, I want to be here for 16, 20, 30 years, because he's talking about the bigger picture of rebranding English football, rebranding sport as a whole. Talking about shirts, if you want to go to the shop, your shirts and your socks and everything you want to buy is all going to be laid out before you've walked into the store because it's all AI generated. He's got an AI car park generated platform. Like, he's already doing this kind of stuff. It's all AI botting, AI scouting. Everything's AI, artificial intelligence, bruv. Even ticketing's going to go down that route. So it's like there's no project for the love of the game.
No.
It's profit. That's all it is. It's control. It's power, and it's to feed their pockets because they're vampires.
Yeah.
So I don't care about the stadium. They'll rebrand it. They'll rename it. They've got the trademark for it. You know, if they can sell the women's team to themselves and value it at 200 million from a club that generates 10 million revenue, then make it make sense just so it looks good. And it's cute by the owners to avoid FFP and PSR. But we ain't making profit. We're in major debt. They need time. And the PR's biding them time. So, for me, we know what the agenda is. Clear as day. You know, Bowley says it's not about winning last year. Or it's not about winning this year. It's the future plan. It's the future vision. Well, fucking hell, if it's not about winning after 3 years, then what's it about? And the fan base are naive, mate. Yeah. You're hearing that, and you ain't saying nothing.
Exactly. And people will just hang about and wait to see what happens. It's like with Bowley now, and as you said, he definitely wants a new stadium and all of that, build that hub, you know, take everything in a new direction, that whole Americanization, the non-sporting events, etc. And you got the other lot that are just purely money and money only, and that's it, right? Which can go hand in hand, but I mean, the stadium is a massive, massive part of that. And if they differ on that, then God knows what's going to happen. But you got too many people that are just on the sidelines, just waiting for something to happen, just going along with it, and that's it. Whereas in reality, it's like you said, taking out that much debt that we have. For these billionaires, debt is a good thing.
Yeah.
For them, debt is necessary. When you look from a venture capitalist perspective, not from a footballing perspective, don't mix the two. From a venture capitalist perspective, them taking out debt is absolutely crucial because then they're not using their own money,
and they're not getting taxed.
And exactly, and debt covers debt. They'll take up more debt to cover that debt. You know, and they're just constantly in a loop. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, it's very easy to just, you know, reposition assets, reposition funds, put them into certain trusts and whatnot. Make sure you're just reevaluating and repositioning everything. Write something off as bankrupt, start again. It's all right, no problem. But you as an individual are not affected.
Well,
that's why they instantly, institutional debt is crucial for these sort of people. Because as much as it puts whatever at a liability, it also covers them a lot. And unfortunately for us, Chelsea Football Club are the collateral here. Now, talking about collateral, I want to know what the collateral is. When you take out debt, that's collateral. Yeah, you have to guarantee to whoever's lending you that in the event that we don't pay you back, you've got something that's there already to cover that just in case. That's a guarantee, right? That's how debt is taken out. What's the collateral? That's what I want to know. Because it's not been taken out by Todd Bowley or Bedad Egbali or... No, it's been taken out by Blue Co, right? So what's the collateral? I'd love to know.
Yeah, that's a great point, because Blue Co's a holding company.
Is it the football club?
Probably. Yeah, because the football club was valued. They bought it for 2.5 billion.
Yeah.
Well, that will cover the debt. So we're going to hand Aries management,
Chelsea Football Club,
Chelsea
in
Football
case the
Club.
debt can't be repaid, which
And
the debt
can I
I feel can
remind
be repaid. But
Aries management is actually got shares and holdings in NFL and NBA.
I'll do that.
Yeah, they're affiliated because they've come from there. It's all linked. It's a cesspool, bruv.
It's horrible.
It's absolute pure filth.
Now, tell me, after hearing all that, with the way that the game is being run, because this is Chelsea, but there's other clubs in this similar sort of vibe and day-to-day running. You expect fans to be at stadiums going up and down and jumping and going crazy and being passionate? Come on. No chance.
There's no overall game here, except
Football's
for these
dead.
lot. It's dead.
Football as a
Football's
whole
dead.
is dead.
Yeah, football's killed.
The game's gone. The game's actually gone.
The only way you can fight is if every supporter group from every club turns against everyone.
Yeah.
And the reality of that happening, I mean, credit to Man City, they protested. You know, Man United are doing a sit-in.
Mate, just to talk about Man City fans protested, right? Or at least, you know, they made it known, they made it vocal immediately online, voices that were talking, all sorts. You could see the reaction on their social media when the announcement was made. It went nuts, right? With the City fans and their reaction about City partnering with Viagogo.
Yeah.
And that's just that's a ticketing platform. And City don't have any affiliation with them. They just had a sponsorship. They had a partnership, and that was it. And City fans were kicking off.
Yeah.
We've got a co-owner who also majority owns Vivid Seats, and our lot are just chilling. Everything's okay. It's not a big deal. Cool. You'll get what you deserve. You'll get what you deserve then.
Man City, like we were under Roman, are not PR driven and they don't use PR.
Exactly.
Our club, these owners, are solely PR driven, which is why Meatloaf Bowley wants to buy the Daily Telegraph, mate. He wants to counter all the negative PR, all the exposing. He wants a platform there. This geezer's here to take over the game. If you ain't woken up to that, then you're sleeping, bruv.
Yeah, many are.
And you all claim to be woke. It's mad to me.
The opposite. Anyone that says they're woke are asleep.
They're asleep, bruv.
They're asleep. They're more than
Like
asleep.
ostriches.
They're daydreaming.
Yeah, bruv. Pink. Floppy.
They're on sleeping pills. They're on melatonin. That's their woke. Yeah.
This is wrong uns, bruv. But yeah, like, this is where we are now. Mate, we've been going for too long. Big up to Falero. Says, willing to donate my legs and cartilage to Casado. Yeah, because he's almost done, isn't he? He's absolutely almost done. Like the fact I thought when he went down, I thought, shit, we're done here.
Yeah, he better not get injured.
Or booked. One of the two.
He'll get booked at some point. I'd rather him get booked just like now, ASAP. I don't want him getting booked and then suspended for Liverpool, for example. Like, no.
Yeah. Big up Chelsea Empire says, big up to you, Johnny and Eunice, realist in the game. Just remember, it's not about winning last year or about winning this year. Blue coat out, win, lose or draw. Yeah, that's what Meatloaf Bailey was saying. Melt. Matt says, if it was about preserving James, he'd play him right centre back.
That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout.
And that's his position, right back, right centre back. Yeah,
that's the best way to protect him.
Exactly. Chelsea Empire, big up to you, says, Johnny, please do football therapy. Drip, need a good laugh, bro. I hope we're all doing really, really well. And we beat Spurs a massive 1-0, and we are back. Champions League charge. Standards are in the bin, but we move. Yeah. Big up to Matt. He says that it might be better if we don't win the Conference League. The PR that they'll pump out if we do will be enough to cope with these clowns extra time. They'll parade. They'll do what Newcastle did with the Carabao Cup.
Oh, imagine they actually parade it. Nah, I'll kick off. I'll kick off.
They'll parade it, bro.
No, Newcastle have a right to do what they did. I totally get it, and fair play to them. They've not won something in 70 years, man. I mean, fair play to them.
Yeah,
56.
Facts.
Yeah, well, and they've been through hell. I like the Geordies, and what Newcastle have gone through is Mike Ashley. Even before that, the years of almost, and they've just been fair play to them. But our lot, Conference League, we better not see we better not even see a mention of a parade.
Nah. Oh, but we won it all now. This trophy's got no meaning.
None.
Even Paul Merson, he come out the other day and he was like, "Man, I could play at 53 years old in a Conference League." Like, I was there at the Barra game. He's like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah.
Or was it Noah? No, Noah game. He's like, "What are we doing here?" Like, Ozyman doesn't even watch it. Ozyman doesn't even watch Conference.
No.
Not Ozyman.
Mikel.
Yeah. Doesn't even watch it.
Yeah.
So what are we propagandaing here, bruv?
Nah, mate. You know what's scary? This is, I swear. And let us know in the chat. What do you think? I'm scared that we will win it. They'll organize a parade, and then fans will actually show up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm scared of.
So they'll show up to a parade for a Mickey Mouse, pointless, unmeaningful trophy, but they won't protest against the ownership.
Look, we'll see what happens when it comes to it.
And who are we calling Melts now?
We'll see what happens when it comes to it. But if that goes down, if that's what happens, I'm done. I am finished. Officially done.
Reassessment.
Done.
Reassessment mode, bruv. You know, at least all them clubs in the part-time plumbers, employees of Burger King that we've played, and they've all got shirt sponsors, haven't they? And we ain't. No,
we're sponsored.
Are we? By Vivid
We're
Seats?
sponsored. No, we're sponsored by John Cena. You can't see him.
Yeah, you can't see him. Invisible, is he?
That's it.
The invisible man.
He's there.
Or is it like Lily Phillips walking down the street looking like a glazed donut? Is it that kind of invisible? Is it? Do you know what I mean? What a shambles!
Yeah,
what a shambles! These owners are like Lily Phillips and Bonnie Blue. How they're wrecking marriages, they're wrecking relationships. You know, I'm hearing my old man. He was in the queue and all this stuff. It's like. Do you know what I mean?
Shameless.
That's what they're doing. But it is what it is. We move. We're on to the next one. We play the next game. And anything you got coming up, Eunice, my geezer? Eunice Stone Cold Stunners.
For me, so I mean, there's Premier League coming up this weekend, so maybe a preview for it, maybe not, but I'll see. There'll be some reaction from it. Then Champions League, and Reddit Monday. I think on Monday, there'll be a Reddit video. So, yeah, shout out to John. He was on the last one.
Yeah, let them know. Let all the ultras know about that. About the Reddit.
Someone on my Reddit, I don't know who it was. Yeah, but put a clip of Johnny with his Todd Bowley impression. And whatever appears on the page, I react to. So make sure you get onto the Eunice Talks Football Reddit. I'll link it in my description anyway, and post what you want to post. And if it's voted high up enough, I'll end up reacting to it. So yeah,
we should do something like that, Eunice. Like us reacting to shit. That would be funny. You know that would be actually funny if we'd done that.
The only you can. It's true. You just got to be careful what you're reacting to and make sure it's not copyrighted. This is why on Reddit it's all right because it's people posts. But yeah, we should.
Oh, I got Rumble anyway, so it don't matter. Do it on Rumble.
Fine. Yeah, that's even better. That's
Rumble's the one for that. Rumble's the one for that. That might be something. But listen, big up to everyone in here. Salute to collab watch-alongs. Yeah, I don't really do watch-alongs. I should really. No, I can't do anything. But yeah, watch-along would be good.
That would actually, I think, yeah, you know what? I think for you that would be good. Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because I feel like minute by minute, people will understand what you're reacting to, what you mean. Do you know what I mean? Like in real time, whilst the game's going on, you could be like, "Look, see," and people are like, "Oh, okay, oh yeah, that might be good. That might be good for you."
Yeah, I'll have a butchers of that. We'll see what we do. Well, maybe the last sort of how many games we've got left, I'll do some. Yeah, 8 games. Yeah. But listen, everyone, get the likes up. The likes are absolutely disgraceful. Make sure you subscribe to Eunice and on the Minerals FC. And put all your comments down below. Make sure you go and check out Eunice's latest video and his review on Spurs, and check out my one as well. And we'll be back again, I'm sure, very soon for a little collab. So let's have it right. We'll leave you with our Don Roman. As always, win, lose or draw, blue go out from me. And no surrender mentality. Up the Chelsea, up Minerals FC. Let's go.